Sorry.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'm
We
just trying to.
we have to keep this in.
Hello and welcome, to the Stuff and Nonsense podcast. I'm Gunsmoke, joined by the great wristwatch as usual.
All right, there. All right, everybody.
New episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's new. This
I tried to
episode.
do a Geordie accent. It didn't work.
Nah, we ain't Ant and Dec, are we? That wasn't.
No.
I don't know if I tried to even do one then, or whether I was just speaking with a. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we don't aspire to be.
We may not be Ant and Dec, but we're watch us wreck the mic.
Yeah, I mean, I might actually throw my mic at a wall if people don't listen and watch the podcast. So then I would literally be wrecking the mic. Are you going to wreck your mic?
I might do it afterwards. Maybe if we maybe if we fall out.
Oh yeah. We want good quality recording, so we'll wreck the mic after the recording of the podcast kind of ends. But Today we're going to be talking about something that we have touched on occasion before. We've spoken about alcohol with Samuel Thorley, and we also basically explained to people from outside the Western world / the UK what a pub was in, I think, last week's episode. And today we're going to be talking about pubs. Just going to be talking about pubs and, pub experiences, pubs in general. Like Kieran Carlin likes women in general. We like pubs in general. So we're going to be talking about pubs in general. I don't know what to start with because, we don't like to overly plan episodes because then it can be too structured and it's not natural. And, we like natural stuff because if it's too planned, it becomes boring and predictable. And that's the last thing we are, of course. We're not predictable, are we? I don't think.
We're not. No. There's always something different with us.
Like I could just say anything. Yeah. We could just say random words like beeswax, carrots,
hobknockers.
Yeah, like no one knows what's going to come next. Like literally, I think no one ever knows what's going to come next. Like literally ever. Dictionary. Like
Tallywhacker. But one thing's for sure, you'll never hear racism or homophobia on this podcast.
No, and obviously we stand against racism and homophobia as a general statement.
Anyway.
Yeah, what should we start with? Because there's various segments that we have, various topics, various little things to kickstart a convo. I say convo because I'm cool. I don't know those things to begin with, though.
I guess we can mention how every time we meet, although it has been a while, we always seem to end up at Wetherspoons. I think we can just be talking about nothing and our feet will just sort of take us towards spoons.
Yeah, because we don't ever really plan anything specifically. Like, unless we're like playing football or something, we don't really specifically plan things a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that means that, the pub is just specifically Wetherspoons because it's cheap and we don't like people, so we can order on our phones as well.
Yeah.
It's just easy. It's like when you get to before you're 18, it's McDonald's because you can just sit down and you don't really have to do anything and you don't get kicked out if you just sit there. And then from 18 onwards, it's pretty much Spoons. Mm-hmm. I think like Spoons is just McDonald's for adults. It kind of is McDonald's for adults in a way.
Well, I think that's a good analogy, actually. Yeah.
Maybe that's the thumbnail / YouTube thing. Wetherspoons is McDonald's for adults. I don't know. And then we're also on the fast food territory from last episode. Go back and listen / watch to that. No.
Yes.
You know what I mean. But yeah, we do always end up in Wetherspoons. I don't know, what specifically is it, though, about Wetherspoons that people like? Because I think it's various things. I think it's a combination of things make it iconic. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I know it's probably not the food specifically. No. Not to say that it's the worst, but I don't think people go to Wetherspoons specifically for food. No,
the food is, as we've said in the last episode, it's basically microwaved. But obviously it's cooked to start with, but then it's just microwaved. But there's something comforting about it, I think. I don't know why. Even just like chips from Wetherspoons. Like, it's just, you get the iconic bowl. Did you know as well that every Wetherspoons has its own carpet and it's a different pattern? And apparently they spent
that,
apparently they spent like a stupid amount of money getting like different pattern for each one. But we do. If we go to my Weatherspoons specifically, there are characters in there. I think anyone who's like regularly goes to the same pub, there's like characters that they can pick out. Like we have like the pedo guy, and we also have Crayons as well. Crayons is a well-known character amongst but literally no one apart from us. But he's somebody who is regularly seen in Wetherspoons.
I feel like we have to explain.
Yeah, explain the Crayons. Explain why Crayons is called Crayons. And we might have to explain why the pedo guy is called the pedo guy, because that's a bit controversial. There's no proof. There's no proof that he's a paedophile. There's not even necessarily a suggestion that he's a paedophile, but But who is Crayons, firstly?
I can't tell if it was all of us or me specifically. I think in most Wetherspoons or the Stratford one, there is a tub of crayons and those sheets for kids to colour in with.
Yeah,
I think we or me just grabbed like a handful of them and started putting them in like people's pockets, like Dan and Chris.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they were there as well.
And he basically just took them off us, and he took the ball of crayons away. Yeah,
he's a member of staff, and he might know who he is. But yeah, we kind of just go like mutter Crayons, like if ever he's like walking past or if he serves us or anything, we just go Crayons. And he actually doesn't know that he's Crayons, but it's classic pub banter, like it's public house banter. But that's the thing with a pub, though, isn't it? There's like, you become a different person when you're in a pub because like everything has to be a bit bantery. Like I don't think we do. I think we're the same in pubs pretty much, apart from maybe slightly exaggerated if we consume alcohol. But I don't know. Certain people are like pub people, and like I don't know. But you have certain stuff that happens in pubs, like I don't know. Especially if you watch football at the pub. Remember when was it the Champions League final, the one with Liverpool against Madrid, and like when Karius made like 5 million mistakes and basically lost the whole thing. And that was the most busy I've seen both of the pubs we went into. We went into the Rose and Crown, and then we went into the Lamplighter, I think, and it was completely packed. And yeah, that's when like the proper pub people come out. Like, because we don't always necessarily go at like peak pub time. Like we go in the day sometimes, but a lot of the time.
Not like early day, just to clear it up.
When's the earliest? I don't know when I've had like breakfast in Spoons, but I don't know when the earliest is that we've ever like had alcohol at Spoons.
I'm sure maybe around like Christmas time, it's been like 11 or something.
I think maybe 3-4 years ago, I remember us going, when I had my first flat, I remember us going like just before Christmas. And I think that was before midday. But I think that's acceptable.
Be the only other time, though.
Basically, anything's acceptable at Christmas. I think the earliest I've ever drunk alcohol was about 10:30, but that wasn't in a pub. That was actually on a train, which is probably even worse.
Christmas and airports is like the only time you can excuse yourself drinking early because there's no like time zone in any of them.
That's very true. Yeah, airports, time doesn't exist, but at the same time, it's also very important to keep track of time in an airport. It's like weird. Airports are just weird, like vortexes. I don't know. It's just a bit mental, an airport. But yeah,
especially airport pubs.
Airport pubs are mental. Yeah, I don't know if I've really been to many airport pubs, but I've seen them, and they just seem like different worlds. Airports are just like you go in there, and it's like a different planet. Like everyone is stressed. I don't know. It's just weird, but. I think pubs are so much because we've done the alcohol episode, but pubs are like different in terms of it's like a whole culture. Like pub culture is a thing. We need to do pub crawls actually, even though despite the fact that I basically don't want to really drink much anymore, if at all. I don't know. I've not really decided, but I can just be doused up to my eyeballs on like Coca-Cola instead of alcohol.
Yeah,
this is the point.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, nothing. No. Waffle. Ignore me. I'm better now.
Bird's eye potato waffle, potentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I always have this conversation. You know, say like if I go to a pub on a night out, I would probably have like 7 rum and cokes, maybe 6 or 7 rum and cokes.
Mm-hmm.
You think about how drunk you're going to get, but you don't think about the fact that you've had 7 glasses of Coke, which would be mental if you were just having Coke by itself.
Yeah.
Having 7 glasses of Coke by itself is weirder than having it with rum in it, which is strange. Because you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to have 7 glasses of Coke because my teeth will get ruined. But if there's rum in it, it's fine because it's just drinking. I don't know. I don't know if we have any proper. Do we have any big memories of like events in pubs in terms of like big things that have happened that we remember? They're just like pub memories that are good or bad. I don't know. Well, there's the just being kicked out of Rose and Crown for no reason. What was that?
I don't know what happened with that. I think we were in the Rose and Crown, had like 2 drinks, so not in any way drunk at all.
No.
Left and then came back in, and we were told that we won't be served anymore. And I asked why, and they didn't say anything, so we just left.
It was like 8 p.m. as well. I'm pretty sure. Like it wasn't
Sure
like it was late. It was like late evening, early night time, like 8, 8:30, something like that. I also got kicked out of Spoons before once because they didn't believe that it was me on my ID, even though it was actually genuinely me on my ID. But my ID is like, because I used to have longer hair, and it was like pushed back, so it just looks like a forehead. Like it doesn't look like I have any hair, and it doesn't look like me, but it is me. So like it was just stupid. It looks
a bit like Noel Fielding,
probably, but it was stupid. Like I don't get that. That's the only time I've ever been kicked out, though. Every other time, well, most of the time they don't ask for my ID anymore because when you have like facial hair, that acts as ID a lot of the time. Not always, but yeah, they always serve me now, obviously. But I think now they look, and if someone's born in the 90s, they're like, yeah, because you just check for the. Sometimes though, we went to Spoons when they reopened after the first lockdown, didn't we? And they have like, did we go in the evening though? Or did we, because I don't remember. Because I was there when it reopened, and like one of the first couple of times it reopened, and I queued for like an hour and a half to get in. And it got in at like 10:30. And
I think that one was without me.
Yeah, you were. I don't think you were there.
I think the only time after lockdown that we went in the evening, or I was there with you, was when we went to, I think it was the Dirty Duck. Dirty Duck.
Yeah, we have been we went to the Dirty Duck over the summer, and then we
Mighty Ducks, but that's a Disney original film.
Or like Gooey Ducks, maybe.
Yeah. Google search Gooey Ducks.
Yeah, if you go on Google and search Gooey Ducks and Google Images, and speculate over what it might look like.
Pretty horrific.
But I don't think I. Oh, do you remember when we went to the Encore with Liam? And like that was one of the first couple of times when I got kind of drunk, like properly drunk.
Yeah, because we just kept doing shots.
Yeah, I don't
picture. Like I've got a memory that keeps coming up every.
Oh yeah. There's something on Facebook, yeah. But I remember sitting on the floor, in the Encore after that. But I also remember like sprinting full pelt to the what's it called? Cash point.
Yeah.
And getting money out. I don't know why I didn't just pay on my card. I don't know why I had to get money out. But I remember like if I run when I'm drunk, I literally sprint like Usain Bolt, like just full like pelt for no apparent reason. I just sprint. But I'm weird when I drink alcohol though. Like there isn't a set type of person that I become when I drink. I can become like angry, or I can just become like loud. I don't know. It depends. It depends. I think it depends what mood I'm in before I get drunk. That determines what mood I'm in when I become drunk.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Sorry, no, go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say when I get drunk, I think I've become like really kind of like philosophical, or like just question everything.
Yeah,
like,
I think you do a bit. I remember
shit.
There was one time where I can't remember why it was. I don't know if you'd like not eaten or something. But do you remember my last flat? And it was Chris and Dan were there as well. But this is pre-window breaking. Chris and Dan were there, and I think we just had like music videos and stuff on TV. And I just had a video on I think it was on my Instagram story, and you just looked like you're about to fall asleep, but like you looked like high, but you weren't. You were just drunk. But I can't remember like why you were that bad. Like because I don't think you drank that much. I don't know if you'd not eaten. I think you were being sick as well.
I think so.
I
think
think
it was more tactical more than anything.
yeah, possibly. That's one thing. Luckily I don't throw up much as a result of drinking or hangovers. I don't get hangovers that badly. That time when we went to the Dirty Duck and I stayed on afterwards after you left, not by myself. That would be a bit sad. But that was the last time that I had a proper hangover, and I had work the next day as well, and that was not good. That was not brilliant. I had only had work from like two till 6 the following day, I think, but I still felt awful by that time. But I managed to get some fruit. I think. Here's the thing. I know we're meant to be talking about pubs and not alcohol, but who actually cares? It's our podcast, so shove off. What was I going to say? Yeah, what do you want if you wake up and you're like hungover? Because I just want like smoothies and juice and fruit and stuff, and coffee and bread, all of that. I don't know if you have something.
Just like coffee and or something like sugary. I think you need
Yeah,
like sugar.
or like some form of fried food, like fry up is ideal. So we can have me mentioning the fact that I don't eat meat part now, but it's some sort of like vegan or vegetarian fry up, or
Yeah.
and coffee. And I always want fruit. Apparently the best thing to have is like watermelon, because it's just like the most hydrating thing you can eat. And that's the hangover, is basically massive dehydration.
Yeah.
It's
You
the
could
same
just like
thing.
bathe in watermelons.
Bathe in watermelons if you want. Yeah, well, you may as well. It's a decent thing to do. What was yours? Did you have a segment you wanted to do in the end? We can move on to my segment, or like the sort of shared segment that we kind of both wanted to do afterwards.
I'll just put a couple of. I've got a few Google reviews, because you know how like people. I don't know who reviews pubs. Like even if it's shit, like I wouldn't review it because like, I've
No,
got better things to do.
that's the thing though. I think people review stuff if it's shit more than they review stuff if it's good. Because
Yeah.
if you feel angry, you want to write a bad review. But if you feel good, it's just like, oh, it's like the whole Roy Keane thing. Like, if it's a good pub, then they're just doing their job. So why should
Exactly.
it get like praised for them just doing their job? But if it's bad, then people want to slate it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, don't know what you know. You might know nothing.
You'll see. Right. So we got
Right, said Fred.
releasing equity.
Oh yeah, releasing equity. Yeah, that's a good advert. And then I like how the last line is, "So we had a cup of tea," and then they stop singing, but the music carries on. Don't know.
Have you ever had like a cup of tea in Wetherspoons?
I think I may have done. I've definitely had coffee in Wetherspoons. Coffee. What's the weirdest drink you've had in Wetherspoons? That's a good question, actually. I don't know what mine would be.
I know what yours will be.
What is it?
Wouldn't it be that Elvis juice and?
Oh yeah, Brewdog Elvis juice. Yeah, that's one. That was okay, but it was too like, I don't like really overly fruity beers and ciders. Like, obviously a cider is, I like apple and pear cider, but I don't want one that's like got 7 million berries. I don't like berry alcohol because it's too sweet. But
I think the shittest has got to be those shots.
Oh god,
Those
just
sours.
like sours is just like, it's like children's shots, but they're kind of branded for kids, but they're awful. Well, that's how I see it. But then I also had, one of the last times I went there, they had this new rum that was like a spiced rum, but it was made by Brewdog, which is weird. And that was the worst thing I've probably had, apart from a Long Island iced tea, which is shockingly bad. I just hate Long Island iced tea. I don't think I've had. Oh, they had this one thing where I was in Spoons probably like last summer, maybe like August or September, and there were this like old married couple sitting next to our table, and they ordered like the wrong drinks. I think they ordered like these shots that were basic. I can't remember what they're called. It tasted like strawberry milkshake, but it was a shot, and it didn't really taste that alcoholic. And they ordered them by mistake or something, so they just gave them to like us and like a few other tables, and they were actually all right. And then they were like just a nice married couple. and everyone has to become friends in that sort of scenario.
Actually, before we move on, you know how you said you wanted to go on a pub crawl?
Yeah.
Remember, we did sort of technically go on one when you came to Evesham that one time.
Yes.
We started in Wetherspoons, then we moved on to the Ambassador, which is horrendously like shit, it's notoriously like one of the shittest pubs.
Yeah, it's like one of those pool like places. That's like a bit of a working men's club, like where we used to play pool in Stratford.
Yeah,
it's like that vibe. It's the same sort of vibe of place. That's what I got from it, but I don't know.
I'm surprised we didn't get stabbed though.
Did we go anywhere else?
Yeah, there was one more afterwards.
Oh, what was it called?
It wasn't like Ruby Jack's, was it? Or
I can't remember. It
wasn't Ruby Jack's. It was.
No, I don't know what it was
another
called.
one. It was kind of as shit, but
I'll have to ask Rihanna about it because she'll remember.
And I like walked from there to the train station. It seemed like ages, but it wasn't. But when you're drunk, it kind of seems like you're in Peep Show. It kind of seems like you're watching yourself from the outside.
I kind of know what you mean, yeah.
Oh, all you hear is like you breathing, like.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
It's raining as well.
It feels like you're in like GTA.
Yeah,
like it feels like you're in like an RPG when you're drunk, like, and it's just like breathing. It does feel so weird being drunk. Like, if I don't get drunk again, because I don't know if I want to, but I will miss that feeling of like. And like, I also find like stupid things funny, and I just like laugh at my own thoughts when I'm drunk as well, which is quite funny. Or it's like something mildly amusing will come into my head. I'll just make something weird up, and then I'll just laugh at it for no apparent reason. I don't know. What are these? How bad are these reviews?
Well, I haven't actually read them, so we're both gonna have a good reaction.
Uncharted territory. Is that the right thing to say? I don't think it is.
We got Wetherspoons, of course. Of course. From Tunbridge Wells. My son had a steak there last night. This morning he's got food poisoning.
Spoons.
1 star.
Spoons. I'm not surprised, but I think you kind of have to presume that you could get food poisoning if you eat at Wetherspoons. Like, it's always a possibility.
I feel like I might have done once.
I don't. This is again me mentioning that I don't eat meat. But I think because it's so easy to get food poisoning or stuff from like meat being cooked wrongly, I think the fact that I just have like chips half the time, it's like quite safe. But I don't know. I could probably still catch something.
It's a safe bet.
It's a safe bet, and it soaks up your alcohol. Chips and lager, to be honest, is a great combination.
Chips and rice,
and chicken, rice, and pea as well. If you're Matt Lucas,
exactly.
Shooting stars, but yeah, I don't know. Something else.
Absolutely. And the rest. And the next one's from Carlos Fandango.
Good name.
Yeah. That's why I read his name out. I thought it was pretty good.
Carlos Fandango. Didn't he used to play for like Villarreal? No, it's made up.
That was Grim Fandango.
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely.
Yeah, so he put, it's cheap. That's the only thing going for it. And the architecture. Bouncers rude, staff give poor service, and the food isn't half as good as Crowborough Wetherspoons, which is puzzling as they serve the same menu as. Oh, that one's actually shit. It's not actually that good. I don't know.
Oh well, good content. It's raw content. It's natural. We don't know until we actually do it. So yeah. Also, I'll just interject whilst you're looking. We've decided to launch a new segment, which is going to hopefully be every week, entitled Life Advice, where we offer life advice. So on Instagram, Twitter, email, send in your shit. Send in your rubbish life situations, and we will help solve them. And we'll maybe do 1 or 2 a week, I think, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, we're qualified to give life advice.
Yeah, it's basically like everyone does. A lot of people have done this, but it's still very fun. So we're going to do it as well. And we've called it life advice. Probably someone else has called it life advice before, but we've called it life advice. Yes. Correctamundo. Are there any other good reviews? Oh, well, bad reviews. Lol.
Oh, yes, there are lots. This one is To start, I am nervous about this review, as I can see Shimla Cottage don't handle criticism well. Anyway, I'm not a lover of shrimp. That's why I ordered king prawns. I asked for them specifically in Buna sauce. However, what came to pass has traumatized me. I have never seen prawns so small and rubbery. Eventually, when I found them in my life. Onto the naan bread, undercooked, and will not return. Shame, this place used to be very lovely.
Oh no. Specifically has to be Buna sauce. Was it Buna sauce though? Or was it
It wasn't. I don't think it was
Buna sauce? That's the worst thing about prawns, when they're not in Buna sauce and when they're small and rubbery. We all hate it. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Pub toilets are another bad one, aren't they?
Yeah, pub toilets.
Pub toilets are horrible. I think it's just men's pub toilets, to be honest.
The Encore has a nice toilet.
Oh, God, yeah. The Encore has possibly the best toilet I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
And, like, Wetherspoons toilets, like, there's always, like, doors that you can't lock if you want to go for a bottom toilet. And if you want to go for a front toilet, there's just wee everywhere. Like, that's just men's toilets full stop, though. I just picture women's toilets as being like pristine, and like men's toilets are just like the most disgusting things in the entire world. Makes me think of the toilets at the Wreck in Stratford, where it says like, "Please call us if there's if it smells unpleasant." And like, it's never smelt nice ever. Like,
it always just horrendously stinks of old piss.
Yeah, I don't think it ever gets cleaned, and it's a children's play area.
And it says that it's like won awards for like
toilet
cleaning.
Yeah, the
biggest load of bollocks I've ever seen in my life.
Public toilets on Waterside have won like toilet awards, and I love how they have like flats in between the men's and the female ones. There's just like a flat like that you can. There's like a door to someone's flat in between the two toilets, which is probably like one of the worst places to live in Stratford, or in terms of location. It's not brilliant. I don't know. I also have some weird pub names as well.
Oh, go ahead.
And it's from a list from BuzzFeed. So please check out our friends at BuzzFeed. We haven't done a BuzzFeed quiz for a long time. Maybe we'll bring that back. I don't know.
Lovely BuzzFeed.
We'll see. But I've picked out 4 out of the 23. So there are 23. If you want to find out more, go ahead. But in Portsmouth, right there in the south of Old Blighty, the Jolly Taxpayer. It's quite a good name, the Jolly Taxpayer. There's one that's not hugely far from us, but isn't very close as well. In Hampton Bishop, which is in Hereford, Bunch of Carrots. That's quite a good name. We have to go. We have to do a tour of these, by the way. We need to go to all of these pubs.
I don't think there's like context as to why they're called these names.
Yeah, I want to look up why Bunch of Carrots is called Bunch of Carrots, but we have to go to Bunch of Carrots at some point. Like, we desperately have to go to Bunch of Carrots because that's in Hereford. That's not even that far. We could just drive there probably. The Cat and Custard Pot is in Kent. I don't know how the Cat and Custard Pot. When I said Custard Pot, I just thought of Harry Redknapp. It's a reference to a previous episode, so please go back and listen or watch every single episode so that you can find out which one the reference is from. And very true. We also go up north to Staley Bridge in Manchester, where we have the old 13th Cheshire Astley Volunteer Rifleman Corps Inn, which is the name of a pub. If you want to hear that again, it's the old 13th Cheshire Astley Volunteer Rifleman Corps Inn. It's a great name. We have to go up to Staley Bridge, up to Mank, and go to there as well. But I thought a good question. We're probably coming close-ish to the end of the episode, but not that close. Maybe we've got another 5 or 10 minutes. But what if we were to open a pub? What would the name be? I mean, we have had various nicknames. Specifically, you've had a lot of nicknames. I don't know if you want to include one of your nicknames, or if you want to go for something that's not linked to us in any way. Because there's like so many generic pub names. Every pub is like the Bull, the Rose and Crown, the Bell, the Old something, the Nag's Head, the Queen's Arms, or something. They just have boring names. We need to have something that kind of follows the structure of a traditional pub name, but it has more interesting words in it, probably. Something like that.
The Stuff and Nonsense.
I was thinking the Stuff and Nonsense. The Stuff and Nonsense would be a good pub name. I bet. I wonder if there is one. The Stuff and Nonsense.
The Zesty
pub.
Lemon?
That is very good. The Zesty Lemon is actually a very good one. Sorry, I just broke gas in my mouth. It's called burping. If you type in the Stuff and Nonsense pub, nothing comes up. So we could do that. It comes up with a pub. Flute and Flagon.
Mine says the Hand in Glove.
Oh, mine comes up with Flute and Flagon, which is in Solihull. So we could go there.
Mine's one in Worcester. I think it's maybe ones that are near us.
Seems to be. I think if you just type, I think it's just because we've put pub. But yeah, I wonder if there's a pub called the Zesty Lemon, because that is actually a very good pub name. Oh, there are bars called the Zesty Lemon. One's in South Africa though, and it doesn't mean that we couldn't open one. Zesty Lemon. There's a bistro called Zesty Lemon, which is in Australia. So not in the UK. I also thought the Gunsmoke and Wristwatch is a good name based on our recent nicknames that we've bestowed upon ourselves.
That would also be fantastic.
It just sounds, Gunsmoke is a good word to have in a pub name, I think. The Gunsmoke and Wristwatch, or the Stuff and Nonsense. Maybe I'll have to design a pub logo, or like a pub front of a pub to and put the name of a podcast on there. That'd be good.
May I read out some more pub names that are all kinds of wrong?
Oh, go on. Are they all kinds of wrong? I don't like things that are wrong. Are they just wrong?
They're kind of wrong.
It's just wrong.
It's all kinds of wrong.
It's Ed Miliband.
First one is the Legend of the Oily Johnnies.
I think I saw that, but I don't know why I didn't include it, but I think I saw that. I want to know the story behind that.
I guess it's a legend.
Who is Oily Johnny? Is it a person, or is it talking about something else?
I think he must have slipped into a vat of oil and became a superhero, and that was the legend of Oily Johnnies.
Greasy Jonathan Grease. So like maybe Jonathan drowned in I was going to say Geese. Maybe Johnny drowned in oil, and that would be a horrible way. Imagine drowning in oil. That would be disgusting.
That would be horrible.
Like it would be like drowning in water, but worse because it's oil, and oil would feel disgusting, like going down your throat. Have you ever had oil in your mouth, like by itself? I don't think I have. I don't know why anyone.
Maybe with like school fish and chips.
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, I can't think why.
You're lucky not to have had that, unless you did.
That's true. No, I don't think I did. No, I missed out potentially. Who knows?
There's also the Moody Cow.
The Moody Cow, nice. Do you remember what was the thing called in Stratford that was? Oh, Moo Moo's, but it had a different name. No, I'm getting confused. There's something else. There's something cow that was in Stratford.
Blue Cow is the milkshake place.
Oh yeah, and it was called Moo Moo's.
It was Moo Moo's before.
Yeah, and now it's just a charity shop. And then there was also there was the something cow, and it's what's called Cox's Yard now. It used to be Cox's Yard, and then it became the something cow, and then it became Cox's Yard again. Any Stratford people listening, what was the other name in between? It had cow in it for sure. Lazy cow?
Sure. Could be.
I don't know. It had an adjective before the word cow, essentially. Yeah.
Blue Cow. As well is the foul-mouthed Count with bird shit on the O.
Does it have to have bird shit on the O?
It doesn't have to, but this picture does. I would turn my phone around, but you won't see it because there's a filter on the background.
I think bird shit, the amount of bird shit that's on the front of a pub, that's probably important. I don't know. Bird shit on a pub sign. Do you ever see where, like, not specifically pubs, but like signs where they have individual letters and like there's a letter missing and they just don't replace it for ages? Like Starbucks became Tarbucks in Stratford for like 6 months or something. So like Lisa or Jimmy Tarbuck, it just rolled up and like opened up a rival coffee shop to Costa. I don't know. I don't get why they don't get replaced so quickly. But then I guess like knowing if you like work for a company like that, it's probably not on their list of priorities.
Probably not.
I don't know. But yeah,
I'm gonna quick fire through these.
Oh God, let's go.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Skirt.
The rank turd.
Sorry?
The rank turd.
You
Fanny
got
on the hill. The round bush. The cock and bull. The famous cock. The dandy cock. The cock in. That's it. There's a lot of cocks towards the end.
I was going to say, you can't start with the rank turd and then say that you're quick firing. Is that actually the name of a pub? Where the hell is that?
Oh, fucking hell. That's just a fanny on the hill.
Brilliant.
The rank turd. That does look like someone's turned the letters like.
Oh, yeah. I've just found something about it. It was in Worcestershire. It was in Kidderminster. Really? Yeah, it was someone changed the name. It was called the Grand Turk, and someone switched the letters around and changed it to the rank turd. So I want to know what happened to the G.
G. They already took it.
Yeah. Well, I'll have the G and have it hung up in my bedroom.
And then when someone asks where the G spot is, you just point.
Yeah, of course. That's quite good. But yeah, I think we should actually open a pub at some point. Oh, we said we were going to open like a pub/bar that sells like bodily fluids.
Oh yeah, the bodily fluids cafe.
Bodily function mention. Potentially. But yeah, it just serves like blood. Why can I not think of any other bodily fluids apart from blood? Urine.
Spermatozoa.
That. And it's just, disgusting. But people would probably go for the experience. It would become like a tourist attraction, and people would really want to try like the famous piss from the bodily fluid cafe.
Piss.
Oh yeah, we'll flavour stuff. Obviously, we'll flavour stuff. We're not disgusting.
Like caramel turds.
I wonder. Imagine if places like that were actually allowed to open.
Hershey's Kisses, but they're just like sheep shit.
Oh, like Hershey's pisses. I don't know. Vomit, but like
piss.
How can you make vomit sound nice?
The vomit comet.
Oh god, that'll be a cocktail. Yeah, that sounds like a cocktail from like Oh god, what's that place called? What's the places called that they do weird cocktails?
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist, yeah. They would have something called the Vomit Comet, but it would have like human sick in it or something.
I really want to go there.
Have you been to one before?
I haven't, but there's one in Cheltenham now.
Oh yeah, I remember. Remember when we went to Cheltenham to watch a film and then it was cancelled and we had to come all the way back? But at least we went and had a burger at Spoons beforehand. See, we always have to bring it back around to pubs. And 12th of April, we are legally allowed to sit outside at the back of Spoons. That's going to be rammed, though. They'll allow like 3 people to sit there, and then it'll be full because there's not a lot of space in Spoons. I know they have the bit down the side as well where you can sit, but
we could just go to the park. The park has that like outside area if it's nice.
Very true.
Outside beers.
We'll just do that. It's coming quickly, so that's only like 2 weeks away at the time of recording, pretty much. But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about before we shut the piss up?
I don't know it's basically just to drink responsibly.
Yeah.
And, unless you plan on getting pissed, then
Yeah, just in moderation. Occasional drunkenness is fine. It's something
illegal though, like taking soap from pub toilets or taking bins from pub toilets.
Never take a bin from a pub toilet and then throw it into like a building site at a train station. Don't ever do that. Never do it. Never steal multiple crayons and then get them confiscated. I'm trying to think of other stuff that we haven't done in pubs. What have we not done at pubs? Stealing soap, stealing like sriracha or like chili sauce. Don't ever do that. That's just wrong.
Yeah, just things like that.
Don't ever as well slide the salt shaker across the table as if you're playing air hockey, kind of. That's a good game.
What you got to do basically is get the table nice and wet first.
I swear we had a name for that game, but I can't remember what it was. I swear I came up with a name for it, but basically, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a pub game. Obviously, if you go to a lot of pubs, they will have salt and pepper on the table. Not all of them. Or you know, you can get up and get it probably. But both sit on opposite sides of the table, and you have to slide the salt shaker and get it as close to the edge of the other side of the table as possible.
Yeah.
And like, if it's hanging off the edge, then that's like the best possible result. And we've never scored it. We've just kind of, don't know. I don't know how you would score it, to be honest.
I mean, we've never done it, so.
Oh no, we've not done it. I've just heard about it from other people in Wetherspoons before. But I reckon if it became a professional sport, there would be like measurements on the table, and like different distances away from the edge of the table, you get more points the closer you are. It's a good game though. It's a nice pub game. So we haven't played it because we're responsible, mature
we don't
people.
do things like that.
Yeah. Also, just make sure you don't get salt all over the floor, because you know crayons will have to clean it up, and crayons doesn't want to have to do that. Even though,
No.
well, to be fair, with the amount of money that they get paid, I don't expect them to do anything more than bare minimum. I doubt they're on anything more than minimum wage. So that's another thing. We all absolutely love Wetherspoons, but it's like the worst company of all time, apart from Sports Direct and Amazon, maybe. But
I swear they were put under pressure to put their staff on furlough. And didn't he back Brexit?
Yeah, he backed Brexit. I swear at the start of furlough, he just asked all the Wetherspoons people to work at Tesco. He was just just go and get a job at Tesco. Right, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, there were loads of furlough issues there. I don't know. Typical British businessman in his 60s or 70s. There's a lot of people. Mike Ashley's younger than that. But it's like the guy who had BHS as well, Philip Green or something. Arcadia. Awful. Just bad people. Horrible people.
Don't get how they can be allowed to own a business.
I have absolutely no clue. So yeah, just drink responsibly, everyone. If you want to have alcoholic beverages, have alcoholic beverages. Sometimes have too many alcoholic beverages, but make sure you are in control of yourself as much as possible, because danger can come upon you. And
absolutely.
Also, just stay safe when you're drinking, because you can become more vulnerable when you drink as well. And, you know, things can happen. So please just stay safe. But you can drink, it's fine, it's legal. And just make sure you're doing the right place at the right time. Because if you do it, say, during the middle of an English lesson when you're 12 at 9:30 in the morning, that's not legal. But if you do it in a public house and you're 27 at any time of day, that's fine. So just make sure you're legally able to drink, and then you can. Know your limits, folks. Do you want to say anything else, or are we done?
Basically, also, just quickly, don't piss in bins either. I mean...
Well, like Mickey Flanagan's mum?
Yeah.
Apparently she died. I swear someone said that she died, but I don't know if that's true, that she actually used to piss in the bin.
I would like to think maybe not, but...
Yeah, I hope not, but, you know, each to their own. If she's cleaning the bin, then, you know, you can piss everywhere you want. Do you piss... Did we have a conversation about pissing in the shower before?
Oh, yeah.
Is it fine?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't, because... I don't know. It's not the only... Other people use it, and I can't help but think that people have stood where my piss has been.
It's a good point. It is a good point. I always make sure that, I don't do it on purpose. I'm not going to be, standing in the bathroom and specifically not use the toilet and then be like, oh, it's fine, I'll go in the shower. It's only on a very rare occasion if suddenly I'm overcome by the urge. I don't want to get out. And I always make sure that it's directly aimed at the plug hole. And then, I just kind of, I don't know. And then you can clean yourself at the same time. But I get both sides of the argument. I understand why people... It's not a regular thing, and I will only do it... I'm not going to do it in other people's shower. I didn't do it in your shower, for example. Or maybe I did. No, I definitely didn't. I've never done it in anyone else's shower apart from showers in places where I have lived. So, and I always make sure that it's clean afterwards. And it's technically sterile.
That's true.
So technically, I'm actually cleaning the shower. Maybe I'll start doing up walls and everything as well.
I might have to start pissing in the shower now as well.
Oh my God. Why do people buy cleaning products when they can just urinate?
Dicks out for showers. Actually, I don't know if we...
Have a wee to clean. Clean wee. What? We need a slogan. When
cocks out, blocks the drain.
that's, yeah, that's good. Clean with your peen. Clean with your peen.
Clean with your peen.
Clean with your peen, or not necessarily your peen, because not everyone's male. Clean with your peen or your. Is there a female genitalia reference name that rhymes? No.
I can't think of one, but also I don't think we should do this. I don't think we can do this. I think it's reserved for a much more important.
Probably.
Maybe this.
Yeah. Maybe like what?
This.
Oh
this.
Yeah, just like yeah, elbow and groin situation.
Oh,
headphones gone. But anyway, thank you to everyone for listening and to also for watching as well. I think in the last couple of episodes we've forgotten how to speak the English language.
yeah.
I don't know what's happening. It's weird. I feel like the last couple of episodes have had a different vibe to them. Not in a bad or a good way, just different. Don't know.
I think we just feel out of place. Be having backgrounds.
Maybe. I don't know. Is that ruining it? We'll see. We'll have a chat. But yeah, remember, drink responsibly when you're in the pubs. And when the pubs reopen, or if they have reopened and you're listening later down the line, don't be a dick. Be good. And also, get out your peen to clean. What was it?
Get out your peen to clean.
Clean with your peen. One of those
Clean
things.
Peen.
Peen clean. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're yeah, things.
Bye.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.